Hey, alright, I'm back. No cap over here. That's what y'all call it. That's what the new breed calling it cap. It ain't no fun over here, man. First off, I start this video by saying, as a man, hats off to Crawford. He beat my boy down, bro. I didn't expect that shit at all. I absolutely lost money because I'm Team Spence and still Team Spence. But you know what I mean? I gotta give my man his flowers. He did what he had to do. But what I'm making this video for is for you guys to understand the haters and the little bitch ass fanboys and the dick riders, the clout chasers and all of that. As you will know in all my videos before, and it's not just me. Like I told y'all, if y'all want to listen to people with real boxing knowledge, you want to fuck with ego, mainly ego or early setback. And I told you my list was getting smaller. Crawford wasn't disrespected. You see, what killed me is how Crawford say in his interviews, he was fucking me up with the interviews and the shit that he's speaking because it was definitely not true. Like the doubters and the haters. No, it's not about people doubting and hating you. We all always knew Crawford was good. It's not about that. The fact of the matter was, boxing, in the world of boxing, this sport of boxing, it's been shitty for years. Now, Bob Arum, straight up, we all know Bob Arum is racist. And the whole problem with Crawford is, I said this before and I tell people, Crawford was never moved correctly. He was never promoted right, bro. He was never promoted right. This shit can get confirmed with Floyd Mayweather. You can ask any of the greats, besides the dumb ones. I'm not talking about B.I. or Tarver. Tarver's a clown. Don't listen to him. Crawford was always good, but the fact of the matter is, Bob Arum was protecting certain fighters. He was protecting his Caucasian fighter, which is not a lot. That's why I can say that in a single. There's no plural. I'm talking about Lomachenko, who was Russian, and he was protecting Manny Pacquiao. Now, Manny Pacquiao is Filipino, yes, but his country, his nation's behind him. That's another problem that our nation never behind our black fighters. You got these guys that put their lives on the line and take all this punishment, and y'all fucking shit on them as soon as they take a loss. You guys are fake. That's for the fake ones. Real boxing fans can feel me and understand this. Bob Arum was protecting those guys. Crawford wanted to smoke regardless. He wanted to shine. The nigga got a family to feed. He's a man. He's a good fighter, and he wanted to fight. He wanted to fight Pacquiao. Bob Arum and them didn't let that fight happen because they're making his fucking lies up, talking about money. He lost money. No, you bitch. You didn't want Crawford to fight Pacquiao because if Crawford would have fought Manny Pacquiao back when that fight was supposed to happen, Manny Pacquiao would have been dethroned before he could even get the fucking the honor or the fucking chance to fight Floyd Mayweather. He would have been done because Bud would have beat him back then before Floyd had to literally shut him out. Second, Lomachenko. No disrespect to Lomachenko, but he was blown up by Top Rank and all that shit. Lomachenko could have fought Crawford years ago too. Bob Arum kept Crawford away from him because he's a black fighter, guys. He would have beat the shit out of Lomachenko, is what they feel, so they didn't let that fight happen. Now, due to this process, motherfuckers like me and real fans, not the dick riders, real boxing fans, are looking at Crawford's resume. You see? It's nothing against him. We're looking at his resume, his opposition, his level of opposition, the people he's fighting, and he's outclassing them. He's supposed to. But he never fought anybody relevant. When he fought somebody relevant, very few. Gamboa was still too small. And again, he hurt him. The little ass Gamboa hurt him. So these are the visions we're seeing. Now, just because he hurt him didn't mean he was canceled out. Like he said, like Crawford said himself when he first met up with Spence. Yeah, Gamboa had me hurt, but then what happened after that? You're right, you came back and you got him. Period. Arum and them should have been giving this man the fights he deserved, so him and his family should have been making the money they deserve, but that racist motherfucker, pardon my French, he kept him out of the loop. Meanwhile, you got Earl Spence begging for the big fights, getting the big fights, taking the big fights. So that's facts. Earl Spence did all the fucking heavy lifting. But it wasn't just Terrence Crawford's fault. It's not like he didn't want to fight, guys. I told you guys before, these fighters are not fucking scared of each other. These casuals and these homos out here, you probably a LGBTQ or something. You guys in your heart, y'all got corny, man. Talking about fighters ducking. Crawford wasn't ducking nobody. Spence wasn't ducking nobody. This shit is the business side of boxing that idiots don't understand. But what they did is that they painted this image for real fans like me and a lot of people. Even a dude he knows, he do videos. I get him. I feel his shit. We all took a loss. The reason why we were misled is because we didn't know how good this guy was. How could we know? You guys are dummies. Y'all just suckers. The ones that Bud's got real fans. His real fans, much respect. I take my hat off to them. The rest of you fanboy, you buddies, you little homos, you cornballs, y'all niggas don't know shit about boxing, man. Y'all was just riding the bandwagon of a fighter that was being undefeated. You ain't watching none of his fights, because if you follow Bud and watch his history and watch his fights, you'll know that his level of competition was shit until he finally started dipping into the welterweight division. And when he finally got to the welterweight division, all the guys he beat were already done. Already done. So that fucks any real boxing fan's mind. We're thinking like, damn, this man, like, he want cool rules for beating these guys like this. These niggas is already washed up and done. When you get in there with Earl, he's a real legitimate welterweight. Boom, boom, boom. We didn't see all the talents Bud had because those bum-ass niggas he was fighting, they didn't even bring it out of him. They had no reason to. But he knew when he stepped in the ring with Spence, he knew that's what a true fighter does. That's a good fighter that caliber. He knew what Spence's power was, and he was overwhelming everybody else with it. But just neutralized that shit and took it away. So now check it. What I want to know is this. So I want to prove how all you guys are biased with our black fighters. But Spence has a talent. He's a beast. He's a four. He's not a one-dimensional fighter though. But what's been working for him is that stalking pressure fighting. Manny Pacquiao is not a one-dimensional fighter. But what's been working for him was that stalking, overwhelming punches pressure fighter. And I told you fuckers before, when Floyd beat Manny ass, all he gonna do is take away what his fucking main attribute is. It's been working for him, and that's how he beat Manny. What did Crawford do? Idiot fans don't know. Real fans do. Real boxing fans. Spence leads off his jab. He does everything off his jab. He's very basic, but he has boxing knowledge. He has a lot of boxing knowledge. But what's been working for him is he's been overwhelming people. When he was thinking Crawford was going to be a smaller man, he definitely wasn't a smaller man. Crawford is not small. Spence thought he was small because he was fighting them little niggas. He was fighting at a smaller weight. Crawford is just as big as Spence. He has that jab that he leads off of, and Crawford is just this mentally sound. All niggas was telling Spence, he's thinking, he's like Mayweather. The nigga's just good at what he do. He took away Spence's main fucking power. He took away his main talent. He neutralized him. That's what real fighters do. That's what great fighters do. Crawford is special. But again, we didn't know this shit because Bob Arum kept him in the fucking, he was blackballing him, man. So that his own people could go against him. This is all business moves. But now we see eyes are open, and that's why we take our hat off to Bud. But I'm still a Spence fan, and I will always be. That nigga's a beast. Spence paved his way in this game. He just met a better fighter. That's all that was. Bud neutralized that jab. He was in Bud. The speed killed him. Bud is too fast for him. He countered all of his shit. Everything Spence was throwing at him, he was countering it with speed. Sort of like when Manny Pacquiao fought Oscar De La Hoya. You motherfuckers ain't shit on Oscar De La Hoya like that. You feel what I'm saying? It's garbage. That's how I know Americans ain't behind their black fighters. When Pacquiao He got his ass whooped by Mayweather. Nobody ain't shit on Pacquiao like that. Pacquiao got fucked up by Ugas. Nobody shit on Pacquiao like that. Y'all just going crazy on my boy. He's a black fighter and you scumbags. All you can do is post how bad he got beat up and talk shit about him and all that. Yo, man, them niggas is warriors, man. He dared to be great and he got in there with a guy that was better. Yo, the fanboys, y'all need to just go fucking just turn to something else or just off yourself. This man got both of these men have families to feed. They take care of their families and they out there and they putting their health on the line. And all of this stuff, everything that Earl done for this game, when he was getting commended and getting cheered on, everything he's done, you dirty motherfuckers turn around and try to play him because he took a bad beating from a better fighter after all that he's done. And he's an American fighter fighting with his flag on his back. These other countries, they don't do that shit to their fighters. That's why you fuck boys, y'all need to just stop watching boxing. Because I'm gonna be 110% honest with you. As Bud keep moving up, Bud is good, but if he gets out of his element, which I don't think he was, he's too smart for that. If he does, and Bud take a beating, Bud, if you listen and you ever see this video, they'll do the same shit to you. Dirty ass Americans, they ain't shit. You never back the American never back their black fighters, and that's a rap and a fact. Whole lot.